Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to our La Arve AC save here on FM 2017. As promised, we are back in the middle of February playing Trois. Uh, let's take a quick round to catch you up on all that has gone on since we last met. As you can see, we are 7 points clear. Unfortunately, not against the team I thought was going to be there. Chamois Nortois is currently in second on 45 points. We are in first on 52, and then Troyes is on 44 in third, and then 11 points back from us, and is Stade Brestois 29. So we're starting to pull away. I'm feeling better. We're just a dominant side. We've had some change in the side now. So unfortunately, things have sort of morphed a little bit. So I will introduce you to what's gone on in the transfer space. Our preview session for the next season is going to be big. I've got a fleet load of potentially really good looking youth products coming in to already a strong under 19 and reserve side to help them grow and develop. So I'm really looking forward to it, but we're going to have to wait till that point to kind of go through that once they all arrive. But I will show you the transfer activity for what we have going on here. Last time we talked, Rafik Guatan had went out of the club. Inter Milan came for him at 1.8 million for the potential of raising to 2.4. Harold Makudi went to Olympiacos. They put a bid in. He said, "Yep, I want to leave. You can't hold me." I said, "Fine. I'd rather not have him grump all over the place." Again, 1.3 million with a potential for 2.4. Tobias Svensson was here. He wanted to use this as a stepping stone. I wasn't going to keep him around. I wasn't really playing him all that much, so that was just a cheap moneymaker. He went to Inter Milan as well. That was 1.7 million there with the potential to rise to 2.5. Unfortunately, Tariq wanted to leave. He felt that Elche was going to come in for him, so he said, "Oh, gee, I want to leave if somebody comes in." And puts in a bid of 1.9 million or better. Leeds came in and did it. So I kind of had to let him go to avoid things getting all womped up in there. So another potential 2.3. So we made seven. We made 7.25 million with the potential to rise up to 10 on there. So not a bad bit of business to help kind of smooth out what all is going on. The Svensson deal, as you can see, we picked him up for 18.5K and turned him around for 1.7 million. Hard to argue with that piece of business. Bimil Garti Magar, he went out on a loan to Ames. I want to help him try and develop a little bit. That just seemed like a reasonable thing to do. Now on the inside, so unfortunately, I needed something to replace Tariq, and Alexandre Benoit wasn't quite doing it for me. So we'll start backwards. Christian Brules is who we brought in to replace him. He comes to us from Stade Rennais on there. So a quality player, definitely a good strong. He changes what we're doing, so he's an inside forward. So he very much changes sort of the dimension of what we're doing. Again, not bad in the way of the pace, but he can put crosses in. He's got good dribbling, first touch. Not the greatest finisher in the universe. Good passer. So with the changes in the match engine, I think this is a caliber of player that I'm a lot more interested in having in this position. 2 appearances, 2 goals in those 2 appearances for us, so I can't complain. I'm actually really quite pleased with him. So he's Belgian, close enough to France, so happy with picking him up. We went to Sheffield Wednesday for 75K to shore up our center back universe and picked up Claude Delena, a 29-year-old Frenchman. Again, a tall, big, strong guy. So he replaces Harold Makudi. He came out of Khan, a rival of ours. He came out of their system. But again, he ticks the boxes in where I like the boxes to be ticked. He's strong. He's got good reach. He does have the pace to keep up with what's going on. He has a good head on his shoulders. Decisions are a little off, but not terrible. And then he can head, mark, and tackle. And he has that League One experience. So he's been up and he's been down. So he has seen kind of a variety. So I am reasonably pleased with him. We put him on a reasonable contract just to kind of tie down some experience at that point. The other side is uh, Mendy is coming along to be a dynamite player, but he's pissing me off with the number of cards that he's getting. So Musa Niakate, a 20-year-old Frenchman, is who we picked up to fill into his space. He has been playing. He was playing at Valenciennes. Um, we put big dollars in for him, but I really, really liked him in here. Again, really good, really balanced physicals, and he's got good head on his shoulders, good teamwork, work rate, positioning. He's got some time to develop on, but adapt. He's good anticipation, concentration, strong determination, good crosser, marking, passing, tackling. So he ticked a lot of really strong boxes, and he doesn't seem to have quite the same stupidity when it comes to cards at this stage of the game, which is really, quite frankly, what I'm interested in because this has been driving me up a friggin' wall. We tied him down for as long as we could as well, so pretty happy with that. So we spent $3 million, most of it on Musa Niakate, but we did bring 7.25 in with the potential for 10 on there, and this one has the potential to rise to 3. So I am quite pleased with that. So tactically, this nut job. Denny has to go in there. I'm a little annoyed with Fairland, so he's going there. And we'll make some rotations, sorry. As you can see, we're keeping the back four still stay the same. Again, sort of the same in the midfield, but we've switched this up, our left side up to an inside forward, and that gives us kind of an imbalanced 4-4-2 thing that goes on. Again, we're still playing quite dominantly, so I'm really quite pleased with this. Ooh, Bradley Danger can go back to the bench. Bradley is developing nicely. I'm really quite pleased with how he is coming along. So I'm excited. The team is really starting to gel, and we're performing quite well. So to look at the results, we played Stade Rennais in the 9th round of the French Cup, and unfortunately, we bounced there. So we played Bastia in the Coupe de la Liga quarterfinal. They were just a better side than us. There's just not much to do there, except Mendy went off in that one, which wasn't helpful. We played Tours and drew 0-0 at home. I was a little disappointed with this one. I mean, we dominated the hell out of them, but we just couldn't do anything with it. I mean, we absolutely controlled the hell out of this game and just couldn't get anywhere. We then went on the road and beat up on Sochaux with Alamami Gori coming off the bench and putting 2 in as the super sub, which is a role I really like him in so far. I really, really do. And again, another match we were just absolutely in control of. We played Nîmes Olympique. They scored the goal right out of the gate, and that was it. They did pick up a red card in the 69th minute. We just couldn't do anything about it. So disappointed in this one not going our way, but hey, one doesn't win them all, I suppose. We then played AJ Auxerre. Again, a nice 2-0 for us. Christian Bruels in his first match for the club knocks 1 in, and then Gimbert puts 1 in as well. Again, a match we were absolutely in control of. The tactic that we have, we are absolutely in control of matches, which is nice. And then we played Ames. Again, Bruels opens the scoring on the 12th minute. Gimbert puts 1 in, and Thomas Ayasi out of the midfield manages to knock 1 in as well. 2 red cards for them, so it became fairly imbalanced and pretty easy to just bury this game and not really worry about it. We didn't really push hard. I kind of took the gas, took the gas pedal up, or took the foot off the gas. Sorry, analogies are struggling tonight. I took the foot off the gas. It really didn't make a lot of sense to me to keep driving really, really. Ooh, Harrison Menzala, a former Havre product there. It just didn't make a lot of sense to burn the team out and risk injuries in a game that we had absolutely crushed, especially since we were heading into a string of a few more potentially important games against Troyes. Racing to Lens in a rivalry game. Ajaccio, fine. These guys are sort of punts, but Stade de Reims is a tough one. Bressois 29 and Nortois. So we do have some tough games coming up in the next month, and I think either Bressois or Nortois are going to be the one that we live com in the next episode, and then we'll round out the season. But anyway, we are at trois today. So the match preview. Um, Not bad. I think we can do this. I think we got the team set. We gave a slightly better contract to Samba Kamara. Fans didn't respond super well. He's played really decently off the bench in there. I see him completely as coverage. Musa Niakate and Fairland Mendy are the guys that are going to be there. God, he's running an 8. He's going to. I have to keep running him. He drives me nuts because he's just a card freaking magnet. But he is really good. We'll do the quick. I got some injured guys on the bench. Okay, well, we're underway. Let's see what the boys are gonna do tonight. I'm happy. We've got 13 matches to go, and a 7-point lead. So winning. There's a handful of these that winning are. Obviously winning. All of them is. Wow, damn, that happened fast and nice. Enzo Real, really nice. That was just a blast. Christian Brules has been a really nice pickup on that left side. He just gets that header in there, one-timer in the back of the net, well executed. Brules has just been a fantastic pickup. I think he was well worth the dollars that we spent on him. Not super expensive again, but absolutely well worth the dollars. I know I'm gonna be in a bit of a bind here, where I'm gonna have a multi-million-dollar guy that's gonna be rotating back and forth on the bench with another fantastic player. But I'm gonna be a little more spotty with Mendy just because his potential to put the side into really awkward situations. I understand that he's playing, that my staff really feels that he's playing at sort of a League One potential. It's just that he puts us in weird spots by picking cards up so goddamn much on that. So I think I want to keep developing Niakate, and we'll see what we can do with Christian Brules. It has to be so far. He's definitely one of the best transfers. Not that I've had a lot in FM17, but he's certainly high on the list of good transfers. Right through the legs, nutmegs him on that one, and boom! Doof can't do anything about it. Sure, it will close him down. We are absolutely battering the bejesus out of what should be a top-class team. Gambert does the job. We are 30 minutes in, and 3 goals to the good here. This is starting to feel real. That we're going to just spend a season, take care of our promotion business, and call this one, and then really, really get down to what this series is all about. Well, they stopped us on one. Come on. What are we going to do with this, Mr. Mendy? Try not to get a card while you're out there. Ayasi manages to bury one in the back of the net, and that's 4 goals to the good. It's easy game. As I say, that is my downfall. He's just in acres of space. Decent players at this level are not going to miss too often with that kind of space and that kind of visibility to the net. That's not something I have to worry. I'm going to worry a whole lot about. Interesting question is what I'm going to start to, now that League One is becoming a real possibility. I think we have to start thinking about what we want to do with the first team. I think this first team is good enough to survive. I mean, we're clearly mopping the floor with League One or with League Two. So given that we're having this much success at this level, I think this team is good enough to stay together and survive at the division above. Maybe with some additions, but I think we're I think let's give them the don't get complacent out there. I think the squad is good enough as it stands, which means I think we can hold on and really spend our time, effort, energy, and money on. Did he get a yellow card or just a foul? He kept it pocketed, which is odd for him. Um, and we can keep focusing on sort of the youth. And we're due up for an intake in another couple of weeks with the club, so I'm curious to see what kind of potential talent shows up in the intake here. And then if we can keep making our investments into the facilities to keep them um, at the level we want them to be at for this series. I mean, given that they're already incredibly good and we're churning out solid players here, I'd love to I'd love to keep them at an absolutely pegged level, um, which is really what we want, because then we're going to be able to bring our own products in, combine that with being able to develop other youth products that we find, and this is going to turn into a really fearsome engine. It'll be nice to make money. Obviously, I'm not so blind as to think we're going to be able to keep every product um, that we put together out of this whole deal, but I think it'll offer us a big opportunity um, to make some cash on some and to just generate. I mean, if we can create another Pogba out of this and keep them in the side because we're competing in Champions League, we're um, you know whatchamacallit, taking titles in League One. We're consistently competing at the top levels of everything. Then it'll be interesting, to say the least, as we watch some of these players develop on there. With immense pride, watching academy products of our own sort of succeed. I mean, we have a handful in the squad as it stands. I mean, we should make some substitutions while I'm busy BSing here. Gory being one of them. I understand you guys look motivated, but I don't need you out there. I can use this as a development game since we're absolutely pounding the snot out of these guys. I don't really need to waste some of the core of my squad and risk them getting injured, which is fine. Oh, I hate that injury window. But I think we're in pretty good shape here, all things considered. As I said, I'm thrilled with Brules. He's been a fantastic pickup. And changing to that inside forward has given us it's just subtly tweaked the tactic and given us a little more interesting up front power out of this formation. And we've moved from that like 1 and 2 goal a game type phenomena into the 2, 3, sometimes 4 goals a game scoring zone, still maintaining the extreme solidity of the back five in this tactic. And I think being able to move this into the next division and move this up into League One will be nice, because we're going to want to be playing back five against as we start to get into the Lyons and Nices and PSGs and Marseilles. We're going to need to be stronger at the back. And really sort of put up a wall. So I am pleased with that. Um, I am thinking we're going to end up rotating out one of the guys. Cendric Cambone, I think, is going to start rotating into the side, and Stephen Fortes is going to end up out, just because he doesn't really have any more potential room to grow from what my staff can say, and he's really capped in sort of this League Two position. Maybe we'll try and get rid of him in the summer. I'm really, Cambone and our new pickup, and I'm Claude is really they're really the League One potential backs. We do have some guys in the academy that maybe we'll put out there to help them become to help them get their League One potential realized much faster. But that'll, and having the extra cover in the defensive midfield, especially since Victor Lacal is just such a good defensive midfielder, and he's already playing at a League One caliber. So this will give us some options to help bring more of the side, more of these guys into the side and really continue this just power squad development that we're seeing here. They dropped that to the side. But the fact that we're just absolutely just dominating this league is fantastic to see. And there you go, guys. 3-0 Le Havre AC 4. Well done, boys. So that's 10 points clear. Yeah, 10 points. Absolutely dominating. So, let's assume that Chamois Artois is going to be second. That's the one we'll come back with, and then we'll close out season 1 at Red Star FC. So until then, guys, do please leave a like on the video if you like what you're seeing. If you got any thoughts, you want to see anything, leave me a comment. I'm always happy to get back to you, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So until then, bye.